Boy, the success of your show, in addition to just being, it must be a great, fun place to go to work. But the success of the show must be terribly gratifying for you and also Jerry and everybody else on the program.
Well, yeah, although the other day this woman, I was in the park and this woman comes up to me and she says, did anybody ever tell you look like Elaine from Seinfeld?
Yeah. You hear that all the time, don't you?
Yeah. And I said, well, yeah, I've heard that. And she says, you know, you're actually a lot prettier than she is. Oh. And I said, well, thank you very much. You know, yeah. And then she says, have you ever seen the show? And I didn't want to get into it. So I said, no, I don't really watch television. And she said, well, I don't know what the fuss is all about. I think it's awful.
There's people keep telling me, and congratulations, if this is true, that you're taking over the Regis Philbin show, Kathy Lee Gifford show. That Kathy Lee Gifford is leaving, and that you're taking it over.
Let me tell you something. I'm not doing that. And everybody's asking me if I'm doing it. Right. It's a vicious, vicious rumor. I am not replacing Kathy Lee. I cannot imagine taking on that job. No offense to Regis, but how could you interview somebody? No, but I mean, how could I don't.
I don't even. Did I get hurt there?
No.
How was that?
Roll back.
Man,
you didn't get hurt. No, you didn't get hurt. But no, I couldn't. I don't know how this rumor got started, but somebody from Warner Brothers called my agent and said, "Oh, we're delighted. She's going to be on the show." And I go, no.
Well, that's how most rumors get started.
From the
Warner Brothers. But when do you start?
I'm not doing it, man. I'm not going to do it.
Has anybody from the show approached you about doing it?
No. Are you representing the show right now? Is this some sort of offer?
Oh, no, I think it'd be an excellent deal. It'd be an excellent gig. I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd be fine. And plus, from what I've seen, Regis does all the work anyway. You know? Just pretty good gig.
I am 16, going on 17. I know that I'm naive. Fellows I meet may tell me I'm sweet, and willingly I'll believe. I need someone older and wiser, telling me what to do. You are 17, going on 18. I'll depend on you.
Julia. You are 16, going on 17. Fellas will fall in line.
Eager young lads and roues and cads
Will offer you food and wine. Totally unprepared are you
to face a world of men.
timid and shy and scared are you.
Of things beyond I can.
You need someone older and wiser, telling you what to do.
You are 17.
Going on 18. I'll take care of you. Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
I've always enjoyed your work.
We'll give you a call. The kids, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Community Theater. Jerry and Julia. tell you, in addition to the show, what things have you been up to? Tell me about your life. You have two little boys?
I have two little boys.
What are the ages?
13 and 8.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, so they're 13. Wow, look out. What's that like, having a 13-year-old?
Well, actually, it's really, so far, and I'm knocking on wood, it's fantastic. I mean, he's such an interesting person and stuff, but I don't want to get all sentimental. But they're both fantastic, and they're both wonderful, boy-y kind. Well, you have a boy. And they're very boy-y. And I come from all girls.
Boy-y meaning?
Sports and fighting and, you know, wrestling and surfing and basketball. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not really like that. I'm very kind of girly. And in fact, I was walking down the beach with my my Henry, who's about 4 at the time, and as we were walking in, we were looking for shells and stuff, and I saw a wedding. There was a wedding going on the beach. I said, "Oh my God, Henry, look, it's a wedding!" And they got bridesmaids, and their dresses are so pretty, and there's a bride, and she has that long veil. And Henry goes, "Mom, snap out of it."
Yeah, I think so. Get a hold of yourself, for God's sakes. Just a wedding. And as you, there's no way, I'm guessing, that the childhood of your kids can be similar to your childhood, is there? Probably not.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm married, and my parents were divorced, and both remarried, though. And then, and I traveled a lot as a kid. My stepfather worked for an organization called Project Hope, so we lived in a lot of third world countries, and I saw all sorts of stuff. I saw elephants walking down the streets and ticks this big.
Ooh, wow.
And I even saw a chicken running around with its head cut off. Hey, guess what? I'm not kidding. I saw a living metaphor.
Wow, well, that's invaluable.
It is. So now if somebody says to me, "Oh my God, he's running around like a chicken with its head cut off," I say, "I know exactly what you mean."
Now, I know a little something about working regularly in television, and especially
Yes.
when you're doing like a situation comedy.
Yes.
A lot of time, a lot of pressure, a lot of tension.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't leave any free time, but you look like you're in wonderful shape, and I'm wondering, do you go to places? Do you work out? Do you in a gym? You know, like a spa kind of deal?
I actually did go to the spa recently.
Really?
Yes, I did. I went to the spa recently to get in preparation, coming to your show, and I got well, you're welcome. And I got a full leg wax.
Whoa.
And
what did you think was going to happen here? I mean, whoa, hey.
We'll wait till you hear the rest of it.
All right then.
So anyway, you know, when you're getting a full leg wax, you know that means you get a bikini wax too.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
That's for a fact.
So anyway, I was getting this bikini wax, and in fact, I was right in the middle of it, or this woman was in the middle of doing it, and she stops and she looks at me and she says, "This is a lovely area." And I have to admit that I was really taken aback. I mean, you know.
Yeah, what is the response to that?
Well, exactly. I mean, it is a lovely area, I suppose, but no one's ever, you know, said that to me, really.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, and so you're too kind. Oh, God. So anyway, and so I said, "Oh, well, it is." And she said, "Yes, it's just beautiful."
Whoa.
And I'm like, "Oh, Lord." And then I said, "Well, I guess, thank you very much." And she said, "Yes, the trees, the houses, the weather."
The weather. The weather. It's a lovely area. Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's talking about Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
so.
but for a minute or two, yikes.
Yeah, for a minute or two, I had a new girlfriend.
I've made a friend here. Your kids now probably watch the Seinfeld program as it's in reruns and stuff.
Yes.
And it's been, I guess, 8 or 9 years since it was in production. So the
That's
kids are
right.
now old enough to maybe have questions about the show. Is that ever a problem at the house?
Well, it was a problem recently because my 14-year-old was watching a show and I heard him howling, laughing, and I walked into the TV room and it was the contest episode. And I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but anyway, it's all about, you know.
Yes.
Okay. And so.
Did they have questions about it, or?
Oh, I don't know, because I came in and I said, okay, guys, everyone get out of this room, television off,
Yeah.
You're not discussing this, and don't ever watch this show again. It's crap.
It's crap. It's crap. How have you been? What's going on? I know you're busy with the show and you got the family. What have you been doing?
Well, I'll tell you something that I've been doing. One thing I've been doing is watching your show. And last week I saw that John McCain was supposed to be on your show.
Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be on the show. Called at the last minute, said he had to get right back to Washington.
And then you turned on the CBS feed and you saw.
He was being interviewed by Katie Couric. Not only did he not go right back to Washington, he was here the next day because he had to talk to the UN. So the information I was dealing with apparently was not true.
Well, I don't care for that at all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't.
Thank you.
And I want you to know something. I think that was very rude, very bad manners. And so in an effort to sort of show my support for you and to sort of set the universe straight, I also scheduled an interview for exactly this time right now.
Really?
And I'm not showing up for it.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going to leave this one. But
No,
it's
I'm
another one.
staying here, mister.
It's another
I'm
interview.
staying right here. It's another interview that they're expecting me right now, but I've decided I'm not going to show up.
Who was the interview with, may I ask?
Well, that would be with Katie Couric on the CBS News.
Oh, do we have the thing? Let's see. Where is it? Thank you. It's very nice of you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
I know it does. I don't like that. But she's just going to be sitting there waiting because
Yes,
I'm not
she
coming.
With the family, you go on a big summer vacation with the family or anything?
Yeah, I did. We went to Africa, as a matter
Yeah,
of
you got to
fact.
go to Africa, boy.
Have you been?
No, I'd like to go. I would like to go.
Would you? Well, listen to this.
Okay.
So, you know, we went to Africa and we didn't stay in one of those fancy lodges, you know, with, you know, the Out of Africa with the China set and everything.
Right.
We were in tents. And the one.
This is you're on safari.
Oh, yeah, we're on safari.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
sure.
That's right. We're on safari in Tanzania, the country of Tanzania. And our first night there, we're sitting around the campfire, and our guide says to us the rules of the camp. And one of the rules of the camp is not to run in the camp. And I thought, wow, you shouldn't run because
Yeah, I know
you're
why.
not the top of the food chain. But
that's
this
right.
hadn't occurred to me when I booked the trip.
Never occurred to me either.
Right?
But what great advice, and thank God, because what if they hadn't? You know?
Given me the advice?
Or
I would've
anybody.
Been, yeah,
I know.
That's right. So the other advice they gave us was to use your flashlight liberally when going back to your tent. And so, you know, I have to say that I was struck with the danger, and I hadn't been up until that point because I'm not very bright.
No, you're very. But no, I agree with you. It's just kind of stuff you don't think of
No,
because
you don't.
yeah.
You really don't think of it. But the idea that, okay, so then you go into your tent at night and they explain to you that lions do roam the grounds. And, you know, I don't know, I guess I had an idea there would be a fence around us or something. There's no fence.
Right.
And you expect to hear this sort of MGM lion
Big
roar.
growl, yeah.
But it isn't that. It's more of a sort of a strange vomiting noise. It's like, well, not quite vomiting, but it's sort of like, like that. Really, that was actually really good what I just did. And thank you. So then, after my first night there, and in the morning, I took a shower, sort of a bucket shower. They had these hot water, which was lovely, but
They
it's
heat
in a
up the
bucket.
water, and then they pour it through.
Then they poured the bucket on you. And then I'm putting, sort of drying off, and I'm about to put my foot down, scorpion this long.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
is right. And I killed it with my boot. I did that. And then the next day, in my kids' tent, baby black mambo snake.
No.
Yes.
Now these are the black mambas. They're deadly poisonous.
Deadly poisonous.
Oh my God.
And I killed it with my boot.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Wow. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
And then they had, it was very hot while we were there, and then one day there were huge rains that came in, you know, those kind of like heavy, heavy rains. And what happened was, it was a huge relief until we walked to dinner that night in the dark, because there's a mess tent, and you go there for dinner. And as you're walking across, all of a sudden, we enter the mess tent, and everybody's going, like this, and jumping and hitting themselves. Fire ants had gone up our pants.
Really? Actually, up your pants?
Up, no, for true.
Fire ants up your pants?
Yeah. Ants
I'll
in
be
your
darned.
pants.
Ants in your pants.
Hey, look at that.
I'll be darned.
It's another, it was an actual metaphor. Living metaphor is what we were. And so we were all jumping around, and in fact, the ants come out of the ground when it rains, and then if you cross them, which we did in order to get to the tent, they don't like that, and they quickly go up your pants and bite you. And so what happened was we all ate our dinner in our underwear, because we had to take our pants off and kill all of these. Oh, geez.
So it was just like being at home. It's like being at my house. But here, look.
Oh, you got it.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in this as well. Did I pass it?
Well, it's in the thing. Yeah, I'm
the
in
thing
there.
right here.
But I have to tell you something. I got a call, and they said, oh, they want to put you in style because they want to
here you are, right
no,
there.
no, don't show it yet. Because they want to put you in because they want to do a whole thing about how you're getting better, the whole thing on better with age and better than ever. And I thought,
A little like a photo shoot?
Well,
a before and an after kind of a thing?
Exactly, and I thought that's so flattering, and I'd love to. And they talked to the people who do my hair and makeup, and I just thought that was just such a compliment. And then I got the magazine, and I'd love it if you could put that thing up, because you'll see they have
Mary J. Blige
Mary
also
J.
featured
Blige.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Right, now so you'll see the before and after of Mary J. Blige. Can you show our
Shall we take a look at
friends?
this? Here, take a look.
There's Mary J. Blige, then and now, and that was probably taken last year, and then now she looks just as pretty as before. And then you got Gwyneth Paltrow, and I think the then one was taken probably 3 weeks ago. Right. And then the now one was like, you know, yesterday. And then they show me. Check out that shot.
Whoa.
Right?
Whoa.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
And this, by the way, this picture right here, okay, that's enough.
It's just,
You don't have to go on and on.
I know, but you look like Betty, the troubled teen.
Actually, you know what I look like? I look like one of those polygamous ladies.
Yes.
Right?
Please,
Except like
gotta get her out of the cult.
Yeah. Except I look kind of like the slut at the polygamous camp.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, I'm not
Good
supposed
gig.
to say that.
Yeah,
But
that's fine. It's fine with me.
But anyway, I don't understand why they did that to me. I feel like I was being punked or something, don't you?
No.
But I have to tell you something. This is from 1987. I know this because it's right before I had my first kid, and I remember thinking how beautiful that dress was. I love that dress,
It's a nice
Dave.
dress, sure.
No, it's not.
No, it's fine.
No,
if you're a
it's
member of the
hideous.
Von Trapp family. Let's talk about there seems to be like some activity with the Seinfeld cast all getting together on the Larry David show.
Yes.
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 Very good. Very.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is that? Is it satisfying?
Well, it was very strange because, you know, we're not really doing an episode of Seinfeld, so we're playing ourselves doing an episode of Seinfeld. So it's very surreal because it was like I was playing Julia, and this Julia does things like scream and yell at Larry David, which I've never done. I'm not a screamer, really, for the most part.
Right.
And, but I tried to make it, I'm so good. Wow.
Lot of people still under the influence of the runner's high, making up their own jokes.
Oh, no. Anyway. Sorry.
What is the interpersonal dynamic of the cast being all back together doing television?
It was
again?
as if we got the sets back together and we walked on, and it was as if we'd been away for a weekend and we'd come back to work.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was like traveling in time. Yeah. And it was very exciting, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, we've been doing this for 25 years, or however. I mean, it was incredible. It was like that. It really was like going back in time.
Yeah. So it's all in there, all programmed in there after
it's
all those years.
It's all programmed in, as if we'd never left. But it was a very joyful and happy experience.
You look great. Are you a little jumpy because of the shoes?
I'm jumpy, and this chair is awkward, to be honest. I think you should change the chairs on this side.
Ergonomically, it's not.
Yeah.
You want to try the other one?
Yeah, I'll try the other one. I mean, I think it's the same kind of chair, though, isn't it?
Now, there are small differences.
Oh, actually, you know what?
We had them custom made. The guy used to do my shoes, made them.
What do you think?
Oh, I think this is pretty good. I'd be lucky to be on this show. I wouldn't come out here complaining about the, hey, wait a minute. I like this.
Yeah,
well,
I
I
like
could
this
come
too.
out here and, it'd just be fantastic. I should have done this before.
You look good, yeah. Hi,
sure.
Shirley.
I get practice for being on Leno.
Yeah.
I'm so silly. I thought you had a show. You have a show, but not the show I thought you had. You have a show called Veep.
Yes.
And it's about a lady, a woman vice president.
Yes.
And it's on HBO. You can see it April 22nd. And there is a picture of you and the current First
yes.
Lady.
Would you
First
like me?
Lady.
I need
now,
to
this
tell
is
you
the
story.
strangest picture I've ever seen.
Well, but there's a backstory to it.
All right.
I love Michelle. Are you comfortable?
No, not really.
Yeah, right. I love Michelle Obama. Okay, I'm crazy. I'm crazy about her because who wouldn't be? And I have to tell you, I've never actually been invited to the White House, which I'm appalled by. And but I did have the great opportunity to go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner one year, and at the Correspondents' Dinner, the president of the correspondence and the president and the first lady sit up at a dais, and then there's ropes in front of them. And I really wanted to meet her, but I couldn't get to her. So I had to sort of stand in front of the rope, and I had a friend take a picture, right? And so it's me, but if you look carefully, you can see.
I wouldn't show this.
Really?
Well, it's
Who do I do it to? Here?
It's bizarre. It's
Here.
right there.
You can see that there's Michelle, and
Look at
she's
that.
waving to me in the background. And the funny thing about that too is then I took it and she said, did you get it? She's yelling across the way, and I said, yeah, I think I got it. You want me to send it to you? What's your address? And she goes, 1600 Pennsylvania.
That's right.
It was fun.
But that picture suggests that seconds later, the Secret Service took you out.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like.
It does.
I'm where I don't belong. Take my picture. And then you're in cuffs, and they're pushing your head in, and you're in the back of a,
But
of
I
a
got
thing
the
like
picture,
that.
so who
Why are you so much taller than I am? What is that all about?
Because I'm at
Look
your
at this.
desk.
Why is the chair so damn high? Oh, you know what? And maybe this has been yacked about to death.
What?
The cover of Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. This is in April. Take a look at this photo right here. Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about that cover. That was, there's a story behind this that came out of it because there's a story behind this. I got this, they had to stencil this on my back, you know, it took a really long time. It wasn't photoshopped or anything. And,
So that means somebody is actually inking over a stencil of the Constitution? Is that
Yes.
the preamble to the Constitution?
Yes, sir, yes. And so, and then, you know, we got the John Hancock and so on, and it took about an hour, 45 minutes to get it done. And so, I took a picture with my iPhone, and I sent it to my husband during the shoot, right? And so we're about halfway through the day, and I push send, and it goes, and about 3 seconds later, my phone rings, and it's my husband, Brad, saying, hey, flag in the play. John Hancock didn't sign the Constitution.
Let's see it again. This
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
How about that?
How about those dimples?
He signed the declaration. But listen, so John.
Who cares what he signed?
No, but listen, so I said, okay, well, there's nothing we can do now. He signed this Constitution, so forget it. And so I figured, well, we'll just see if it, probably nobody will notice.
Nobody will notice.
Right.
That's right.
And so, anyway, it becomes a bit of, once it comes out, a big internet sensation, right? And it sort of takes off, and people are like, oh, it's a Declaration of Independence, and everyone's freaking out. So we sort of made hay of it, and that was fun, that it was all screwed up. And then an old friend of mine from college, Rush Pearson, he emailed and he said, you know what you should do? You should put out a baby picture of yourself with a John Hancock thing, like a signature tattoo, as if you'd always had it and it wasn't a mistake. And so I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So
That's what this is,
so
then.
then that's what. And so, great. And so I took that photo and I posted it to the Twitter and the Facebook and all of that business. And the next thing you know, guess what? I tried to get back onto my Facebook. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
no. Insensitive material, inappropriate, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I keep trying to get in, change my password. Absolutely not. They think I'm some sort of a pervert posting baby
pictures.
naked baby.
Yeah,
It's me.
It's you.
I can't get into my account
Well,
anyway.